On this episode of Lapeef Let's Talk,
You are. She'll even if y'all don't get into a relationship, she'll have a lot of respect for you when she'll want to you know what I'm saying, make sure that she associates herself with you, which will then pop sometimes it even translate into her being attractive and attracted to you, just by you being real when you being authentic and saying, yo, this is how I rock and this is what my expectations are for you. Listen, if you're not looking for that, then just let me know right now. She'll have a lot more respect for you than a person that's trying to present himself a certain type of way just so he can be associated with you.
You're always going to get found out. I mean, people
All the
can only
time.
keep these acts up for so long.
Every time. It always comes to the light. Every time. The truth
Yes,
got
it does.
they gotta
You
come.
might as well just be yourself and be real as soon as you can, so you don't waste no time. So you be your real self as soon as you possibly can. So if they ain't rocking with you, cool. We ain't waste a bunch of time and emotions.
Yep.
See ya.
Our next topic of the night, we're going to discuss a man with good intentions, but he's not perfect. And this is all dealing with the clip and the main topic. So we're just going to go ahead and get your thoughts about this because Lori London, in her interview with Angie, she spoke on this a little bit. So I just want to get you guys' thoughts about it.
I think, but here's the thing: when someone leaves their body, then they become like ultra human. I was living with a human. Man.
So he was not perfect.
No,
he was not this perfect. Like
who is
doing the right thing, but all the time.
No one is. But he had good intentions, and I think that we are really. Intention is so important. We're really like kind of our lives are based on like our daily intentions. He had really good intentions. He really meant well.
And he was doing great work.
Yeah.
What he was doing was not light work.
He loved for people to be at a high level. Like he was not a hater. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he wasn't really in his, he wasn't someone that operated out of his ego in that space when it came to other people.
I kind of want to speak on that real quick. A man with good intentions and women, I want y'all to definitely chime in on this, but he's not perfect. That's some form, a lot of people out here that's watching are in relationships. Do you guys look at intentions as being okay? You don't have to be perfect, but as long as you got good intentions, everything's okay. Because these, I think a lot of people say that they love to see them together. They like they got the perfect relationship. But what a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of things go on behind closed doors that you're not aware of. So if a man has good intentions, does he get a pass? He doesn't have to be perfect.
I think
go ahead, Chavon.
I think it's good to see a person mess up, and it's not intentional, right? I think no man is perfect, no woman is perfect. I think seeing a man go through, those specks of life where he is making a mistake or he isn't doing everything that's 100% correct, that's like a lot of growth, and you get to see that and you start to love that person a lot more when you see them actually like, hey, this wasn't the best decision, but just learn from those mistakes and move on.
What I was going to say is what stood out to me that she said is that he showed his intentions in what he did daily. So being like, oh, I have great intention, but like she said, like daily, the things that he was doing was trying to be the best that he could be daily with his actions. So as long as that is what you mean by intention in terms of what she said, cool. But like you did something bad and you say, oh, that wasn't my intention. Like, no, like, like I agree with what she said in terms of daily actions that show me that you intend to do good. So, yeah.
Okay.
JR is very messy. He's so goddamn messy.
What happened?
Call Quest. Quest hasn't spoke all night.
That's a lot.
Talk about my passive aggressive. Okay.
Who said that shit?
All right, go ahead, Courtney,
That
Michelle.
was you.
It wasn't me. It was Kay.
I'm coming for y'all, lad. I'm telling you. I'm gonna be nice though.
All right, I'm trying to keep the flow going, y'all. Come on.
Okay.
Go ahead, Miss Courtney, Michelle, or Chavon, anybody.
Yeah, I guess I kind of agree with her. No one is perfect, but I mean the intentions, like come on, we use it as an excuse for a lot of stuff. Or you made a mistake. There's a lot of excuses. In a certain age, intentions, to hell with intentions. You know better. You know right from wrong. Like, stop making this damn excuse. My intentions was good. Did you know what you was doing was wrong? Yeah, so I don't care about your intentions. It always has an effect. My intention might not have been to hurt your feelings, but my feelings are hurt. The effect is still there. So I understand people are not perfect, but it got to be a certain age or a certain time where you got to expect a little bit better.
So you don't make any mistakes now.
I didn't say that.
But I'm just saying, you're saying when we do things, it's not intentional. So you can have good intentions and not try to hurt a person.
There's some mistakes I shouldn't be making in my 30s. There's some stuff I shouldn't be doing. And I can't use it, well, my intentions were good. You know better.
So, but this, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, but in that intention, if it's an action that has good intention, does that not matter? It's kind of like I making you a cake and my intention is to make you a dope ass cake and the cake comes out, it's not perfect. Right. But my intention was to please you and make you a cake. Maybe it's not that good. And I just didn't know. And I thought I was doing it right.
Who the fuck is talking about cake?
We ain't talking about cake.
No, I'm talking about cake. As an example, in taking an action to do something intentionally good, maybe it doesn't turn out perfect, but they were doing it for a good reason and they tried to do it good.
That's a terrible example.
Yeah, it is.
We talking about life shit, bro. We talking about life.
Okay, but let's just use our brains to think deeper and take the example and think deeper on it. We need
to go deeper. Not the one who used the cake as the example. I
thought that all of our minds were able. My apology. Maybe our capacity,
Kayla,
isn't there. I don't know.
I mean, I get what you were saying, though, Kayla. I get what you were trying to do there. I get it.
Of course.
We know you're going to get it, Chavon.
I was going somewhere.
Y'all the only two.
You were going somewhere. Whatever.
Do you identify the men that you would date based off of their intentions or based off of their results?
Their results.
I think it's 50. I mean, it just depends. So, like, here's a better example, Anton. If a guy plans me like a romantic date, right? And we pull up and he got this date on the beach and it's like, it's not really, he tried. This was him his intentions was to surprise me with something romantic. I don't like the way he set it up, but he put a lot of work and effort into this.
No.
To show me that he cared about me. Maybe this blanket is ugly and maybe like this whole thing is not. Right. But that man tried. He did that. He was trying to make Bae feel special.
You can use that example with anything, right? I'll give you a couple of them. A guy intended to take you out and he made his best effort to look good, but he looked like a piece of shit, but his intentions were great, right? Or a man wants to be successful and he chooses to be a rapper and his intention is to put everything into it, but he's 60 now. And should he continue to rap? And would you date him based off of his intention to do the right thing? Right? I mean, you can use these examples. I tend to think that women choose the people that they want or rock with based on results. The results.
I feel like you're trying not to understand where I'm trying to go, Anton.
No, listen. I understand exactly what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that intentions don't mean anything in society, in reality. And listen, you intended to get your degree, but you didn't, so you're not qualified for the job. Okay. My point is that when women, even women, when they look to date people, right? When they're looking for a mate, when they're looking for a spouse, they're not doing it based off of how good of a person he is or his intentions. They're doing it based off of his results. Do you have the ability to be able to take care of kids? Do you have the ability to retire me? Or I can choose not to work if I don't need to. Do you have the ability to pay the mortgage? It's not about intention. It's about the results. And so I get intention.
Bring up a mortgage. I hear that. Sorry. Go ahead.
Nobody cares about intention. They care about the results.
Go to the bank with intentions. I need to pay a bill. I intended to do it earlier. You're late. You're getting evicted. But my intentions were to do it before the first. Damn intentions. I'm kicking your ass out. intended to do it. Or no, it is. You are 2 months behind. You got to go. I don't care about your intentions. It's.
But understand that what Lauren London is really trying to say is that she loved that man. So him being perfect was okay. And she, just like multiple other women, would say the same thing, like, oh, my man's intentions are really, really good. There's a lot of people, if people are in the chat or just people on this panel say that that's not true, then y'all are tripping.
So you don't believe that she loved him based off of the fact that he was a winner and he was Nipsey?
No, I think that this is the first time that Lauren London actually really, really loved someone. And I think
I'm not saying that she didn't love him, but I'm saying
Listen
that
to his question.
if he's not Nipsey,
I don't think
that love, not love.
I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think it would have mattered.
I think you're making Nipsey bigger than he was when she met him like 7-8 years ago. He was like just a local celebrity. She has her baby daddy is Lil Wayne. Nipsey is literally nobody compared to who she was with before.
Lil Wayne was a whore.
But
that's cool.
What?
I'm gonna need y'all to put some respect on Nipsey's.
No, I do. But I'm saying when she met him, he was a local celebrity. He was not world famous when she got with him.
We gotta get Ricky in there, y'all. Go ahead.
He was big in LA, and that's it.
I'm from LA though.
Oh, y'all.
And that's probably why they got along too, because they're both from LA.
I think we missing
She said
the
their
point.
first date, all they did was drive around in the car together and talk. Sorry, go ahead.
I think we missing the point as far as her perspective on this. Right now, I can't deny anybody's experience.
Toya next.
In her perspective, well, she's Lauren London, right? The same way he was Nipsey Hussle. She's Lauren London, right? So what she's saying is that within their relationship, within their bubble, right? It's not that he made mistakes, but through his actions on a day-to-day basis, trying to build up his community, right? Try to help people win. You know what I'm saying? His intentions were bigger than the mistakes he made. Right? So even though that man is flawed and he made mistakes within their relationship, him as a whole, right, as what he's looking to perform for his community and the people around him, his intentions were great. So she admired that about him, which allowed her to stay. She seen something bigger than him, than himself.
Rick, I don't think that she was staying based off of that. I think she was staying because he was Nip. And then the intentions is what helped her to admire him, but that's not the reason that she was with him.
I don't
agree with him because she really loved him.
I don't agree with that, Anton.
I think she really found her equal for real.
I think so too.
No, let's be clear.
I think it's going to be a very long time before
equal.
Not like that. Like she met her match. Her person. She had this puzzle, and he had everything to like. She was his match. I think she genuinely cared about him, regardless of you know. And there would be a lot of reasons to not date him. He was still a hood nigga. He still was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like there'd be lots of reasons.
That's what y'all want.
Perfect. If he was that perfect, why he didn't put a ring on her?
Because he passed away. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't be speaking on widows in a general sense. But I'm just going to tell you, and I'm gonna leave it at this: you're giving her way too much credit. Way too much credit. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'm gonna go to Toya. Let's get Toya in there. Go ahead, Toya.
Yeah, I do. I mean, as far as the question goes, I do believe that, you know, a man can have good intentions. And I think everybody, like we all looked at it completely different. I think Lauren was really talking about just like him as a person. Like we know he was not a perfect guy. I think he was involved in like previously, I think he was involved in like gang activity, stuff like that. And I mean, she could have been too talking about maybe things within that relationship that he could have done. You know, I'm not certain, but I mean, I think when you with someone and they're showing you by their actions, because words is just words, but if someone is showing you by their actions that they're trying to do better and they really mean well, like I don't see nothing wrong with, you know, just understanding that nobody's perfect.
And you know, another thing, Toya, is that a lot of these relationships don't work because people are too busy trying to be perfect for that person, but you have to be true to yourself too. And I think that Lauren London really did. I think she gave everything, and I think he gave everything too, at least the most of their, capabilities. But yeah, like I really truly think that stop being perfect, guys. It gets old, it gets tiring. Just be yourself and your person will find you.
What?
I totally disagree.
Wait, what?
Totally
I think we all have
Wait,
things
what?
to work. We all have
What?
things to work on.
Horrible advice.
We all have things to work on. Yes, we should be striving to work on the things that are wrong with us. But I think what Chavon is saying is like, don't put on a
She don't
facade
need
of
help.
another
She don't need
personality.
help. She don't need help.
I'm saying what I'm saying.
Let's
You can
save
just
each
wait,
other.
Quest.
That's funny.
I think what she's saying is don't put on a persona, a different personality other than who you are. She's not saying that you think that you don't need to improve. We all need to improve. We all need to do things to be better in relationship. But like, don't try to pretend to be a whole other personality or be somebody that you're not.
She didn't say
Because
that. She
you
said
can't
stop
keep
being perfect.
Definitely didn't
What
say
is
that.
perfect
You
other than
said
a
that,
whole different
Kayla.
person?
It gets tiring. No, that's exactly what I said. I'm saying that you can try to act perfect. Yes.
No,
can
you
try.
said stop being perfect. Kayla said stop being a whole different person. That's two different
But if you're
statements.
not,
I was clarifying what she said.
How you
She
know
didn't
what
need no
she meant when
clarification.
said
She a
that?
grown woman. Let her talk.
Yeah, and you've spoken for Anton many times tonight. So
No,
just
okay, but we're
just
talking
relax.
about
I
this
asked.
right now.
I didn't say. I
Sir,
asked.
sir, please relax.
Ain't no damn sir. I asked Anton,
Sir,
is this what you're saying?
Sir, relax.
Ain't no damn sir.
Okay, then chill.
Mister.
Sis, chill. Okay.
Yeah. So
I think that he was referring for you to call him Mister. I don't think he was calling you Mister.
Yeah, he was.
Look at you.
Sis, chill. Like, oh my goodness.
Don't disrespect me, dog. I didn't
Relax.
disrespect you at all. Don't
Relax. We're
No,
so uptight. Calm down.
I'm talking shit. No, I'm talking shit.
Okay, I'm about to say, wow, why this got to get all intense?
No. Come on now.
A joke.
What I am saying is
I was
Siobhan did say,
come on now, not another
Siobhan don't need
Thursday.
help.
Yeah, but
don't need
Chavon
help.
just
What she
said that
said.
what I said was what she was trying to interpret.
No, but
So why are
that's not
y'all
what she
mad?
said. That's not. Let's be honest, Kayla. What you said is they should not be another person. She said they should not strive to be perfect. Those are two different statements. If she meant that, she could have said that her own self because she is an adult. But that's not what she originally said, darling.
Okay, and people have said things and meant other things.
We're
Come
not
on, like
talking about that. We're talking about Siobhan. She's a grown ass woman.
okay, then stop trying to act like you haven't jumped in and tried to speak for somebody when they were talking.
Okay.
Like, come on.
Okay.
Calling the kettle.
No, but you like
kettle,
to clarify for
kettle,
her. You're not
stop.
clarifying for nobody on
No
here. She's
kettle.
grown.
No.
Let her do it. Let her.
No kettle. Kettle, relax.
Oh gosh.
No.
But yeah, this is all I'm trying to say. I'm saying that it gets tiring. It does. That's all I was trying to say.
What gets tiring? What gets tiring?
What gets tiring is when you try to act like a person that you're not. If you're doing things that you are only doing for your person and you're not doing anything for yourself, because at that point, when you're acting perfect and you actually make a mistake, that person is going to be like, what the F? Like, you never showed me this side before, but I don't really like that. I'm doing it for you, but I'm not doing anything for myself. It can get old and get tiring.
What does growth look like to you? Does that mean being where you are? Or does that mean striving for something else?
I mean, striving for something else.
What are you striving for?
I mean, I can ask you the same thing. What are you striving for?
I'm asking you a question. Let's not deflect.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Grow up,
hold
Siobhan.
on. Let's not deflect. So what are you striving for?
I mean, in what light? When you're acting
perfect?
perfect?
In general, in life. What are you're growing in life as a woman? What are you growing for? What are you striving for?
To be a better person for myself and for my man, I guess. I don't know.
So that's when we're getting better, that's literally what we're doing. We're striving for perfection. There is a standard that you have as a woman, a standard as a man. Growth means that you're growing to meet a standard.
You brought this on yourself, baby.
So what you're saying, it's absolutely it's not parallel to what you're growing for. So you can't say take me as I am. That means you want somebody to take you with no growth, that you're stagnant.
But you got to say.
I'm sorry.
I think what she's trying to say is that you need to be authentic.
That's all I'm trying to say. I think Courtney tries to like pick what I'm saying and try to make it into something else, and it's just getting old and tired, and I'm getting tired.
You said it though. What are we talking about?
Yeah, but I mean, again, if
you're tired, take a nap.
the conversation,
because I'm in my bed, I'm tired too, girl.
It's not that there can't be improvement, but that we have to be authentic. Because when we present ourselves something different than what we are, eventually we're going to get found out. That's what she was saying.
That's literally it. Thank you, Anton. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Well, shout out for the tag team. Go ahead, Anton. Tag
How
team.
does tag team?
Because everybody.
Oh,
that's literally what I said earlier. And y'all,
they're
everybody's not a wordsmith that knows how to exactly explain everything in a sentence.
I've literally,
y'all was going so hard. It's not even that serious.
It's my tag team. They're translators.
Oh, they're translating.
Yeah. Get their word.
Okay.
No, I'm saying in a language that you can understand because you clearly misunderstood her, and both me and Anton provided.
She just said
provided clarity.
Hey, we got to be careful with that trans word.
Chavon, come on.
Who said that?
Translator.
No, I understood.
Come back on camera, Chavon. You be all right.
Well, I understood what she was saying.
Let's get back on topic. Let me just say this, right? I think I was a man with good intentions. In fact, I know I was a good man with good intentions.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. You said what, Kayla?
I didn't say anything. We got to see no ears.
I'm hearing shit. My bad. I thought I heard somebody say something.
Yo,
I'm gonna get you a hearing aid. You can use one of Logic's.
I actually got a couple hearing aids in the back. I've been blown up a lot of times. Anyways,
perfect.
What I was going to say is I was a dude with good intentions. I clearly was not perfect back then, right? Financially, I was all jacked up. I had a solid job. I had to have had some serious discipline to get to where I was, right, at that time. So I think overall, my wife was like, she saw me way further than I probably even saw myself at the time, to be honest with you. I'm just being real. So yeah, listen, we wouldn't be married now had she said like, nah, nigga, your credit fucked up, nigga. We was just looking at credit scores today. I'm quite proud of my shit today.
Congratulations.
You know what I'm saying? We geeked up.
Yeah.
But when we met, my shit was in like the 4s or 5s, right? And if she would have took that and just been like, all right, nigga, I'm out of here.
How do you get to a 4?
I don't know. My shit was down there that low. It was trash. I was trash bag juice credit wise. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was bad. I'm 8 something now.
Amen to that.
I'm 8 something now. Don't nobody say cap in the chat because you know ain't no cap in my rap. I'll show you better than I can tell you. Anyways, but yeah, long story short, I don't think we'd be married right now had she not seen that I had good intentions. I clearly wasn't perfect.
I want to go back to Anton, what you were saying too about being authentic. I think sometimes people get it confused that when you say be authentic, that means you just be yourself and you don't have to change. And if anyone is going to mess with you or be with you, then they have to accept what you are and that's it.
No, I'll give you
I think that sometimes that does happen when I hear a lot of people take me as I am this, and I'm not doing anything. This is me. When your authentic self could be authentically trash. And you do need to look and self-reflect and be like, you need some stuff to work on to strive for a standard that obviously hasn't been met.
I'll give you an example, right? One of the things that I see happening, and I've been having a conversation for probably the last week about, right, is that there's a lot of guys that's pretending to be something that they're not when it comes to what they're attracted to in relationships. And then they find themselves doing things on the down low instead of presenting themselves honestly as to what they truly are, which they then find themselves giving disease. And you see all of these women in the clinic because they thought that they married a dude that was straight when in reality they married a guy that was rocking with other men on the side. And so that authenticity was important to be upfront with the person she was in a relationship with, so that you can then empower them to say, yo, I like you and I want to rock with you, or I don't. And so being authentic is important, and it doesn't mean that you can't improve, but it is still important to be honest about who you are, so that you can empower other people to make other decisions of whether or not they want to truly rock with you or not, because eventually the truth is going to always come out.
Yeah. Well, I agree with that, but authentic, I mean, you're talking about sexuality.
Well, I'm using that as one
about
example.
your character, you as a person.
Yeah, but that's a reflection of who you are as a person, because you're a liar.
Well, I agree.
Yeah, and even though you like Courtney was saying, like, people can get with people, but I mean that don't mean that you still don't have work to do on yourself. You know, like you can get with someone and then start to see that, oh, I got some things that I need to address.
Things to work out.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as what Anton was saying, like that's
a whole
down bad.
I think that people tend to be more attracted to a person that's just real than not.
Mm-hmm.
I think that when you real and when you straight up, there's nothing more attractive, in my opinion, to a woman than a man that moves in confidence in exactly who it is that he is. She'll respect you more if you're not trying to finesse her and you just be real with her and you just be honest about who you are. She'll even if y'all don't get into a relationship, she'll have a lot of respect for you when she'll want to, you know what I'm saying, make sure that she associates herself with you, which will then sometimes it even translate into her being attracted to you, you know, just by you being real, when you being authentic and saying, yo, this is how I rock and this is what my expectations are for you. Listen, if you're not looking for that, then just let me know right now. She'll have a lot more respect for you than a person that's trying to present himself a certain type of way just so he can be associated with you.
You're always going to get found out. I mean, people can only keep these acts up for so long.
Every time. It always comes to the light. Every time. The truth
it does.
They got to come.
Might as well just be yourself and be real as soon as you can, so you don't waste no time. So you be your real self as soon as you possibly can. So if they ain't rocking with you, cool. We ain't waste a bunch of time and emotions.
Yep.
See ya.